Now, I love, Ms. Mutwakhaye, when you said that your attitude determines your altitude. This is definitely a mantra for this event and a call to action that all of our learners are going to be seeing throughout every single talk. In fact, this next talk is going to be very inspiring because I'm going to call on stage someone who started off as a Sasol bursar and is now working at Sasol as the Executive Vice President for Energy Operations and Technology. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give a huge round of applause for Mr. Simon Baloyi.
How after seeing your performance, it feels like speed dating. I don't think I'm going to match that. Honorable Minister, Umama Mme Njimutseha, MEC of the various provinces in which Sasol is hosted, with a special recognition of a dear friend, Ubaba Ubanakale Majuba, our various strategic partners in education, especially the Kahiso Trust, Sasol leadership, represented in the room by our senior vice presidents, Victor and Rightwell, Tembakazi, I see you there, and all our other VPs and senior managers, representative of the South African government, and most importantly, the reason why we are here, you, the learners all over our nation, across the 9 provinces. Dumelang, Goeiemorgen, good morning, Sanbonani, Nemachoroni, Lochani, Abshen. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It's such a pleasure and an honor for me to be addressing you as a beneficiary and now one of the leaders in the Sasol organization. Sasol is a business that is committed to supporting the initiatives, especially in education and more particular in the STEAMI education focus area. My journey started with Sasol as a beneficiary of the Sasol Bursary Scheme, and I just want to share you some of the facets of that journey. I think with the time allocated to me, I can only share a piece of that story, and I just want to talk to you about what led to my love for maths and science, and also to share how this has shaped my life and career. I come from Surumani, that's what it's called, Sirman. It's a rural village in Hammanskraal. It's a semi-rural, because I call it semi-rural, because we still kept goats and cows. We only got electricity when I did my matric, so that's when we first got electricity. That was 1994, and it was at the end. You can imagine my maths book, it was all filled with spots of candle wax, and I was shocked to see how that book looks like at night when you get electricity, because we were finally connected in December. I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, I was done with my matrix exams. So that's when we first got electricity. My story, I mean, when you are asked to talk about your story, my story is the story of our people. I cannot be able to tell any story about myself, because we are who we are because of the people that gave it all and sacrificed on our behalf. So I hope after my quick testimony, you might meet some of those people, and when you see me, you can see a portion of those people. For me, my story starts, like I said, with the community of Suruman. I mean, the city next to Skampaneng, Temba, Mauwane. That's where I come from. And for me, what I learned from those people is resilience. I mean, resilience like no other. Regardless of what we were facing in terms of the challenges, we were always hopeful for a better future. And you can imagine as a young man, when I was doing matric, it was 2 years after Nelson Mandela was released. So it's also, there's like lots of vibe in the atmosphere in terms of what's possible. And that keeps us dreaming. It keeps us going forward. But I think reflecting on that period, I just want to recognize my first teacher. Everyone always remembers their first teacher. So Mem Semenya, and I remember the very first exam before you go from sub A, that's what it was called, to sub B, which is grade 2. She comes with this envelope and she takes out the words. It says, so you must remember all of those words. And yeah, so I mean, I want to give her gratitude. She was truly an inspirational person. You come into this world of education, it makes a big difference in terms of how they treat you, how they help you through life. And of course, I mean, maths and science. I mean, that love for me was instilled by my teachers. I mean, in primary school, middle school, high school. I went to Tani Primary School, Muditela Middle School, Hanskakana High School, and those schools were like 8 to 10 kilometers. I don't know if it was by design or not, so you always have to walk to school, and that's part of life, and we had to deal with that. But I mean, I'd like to give honor to Mr. Mapahe, Mr. Masombuka, and Kenneth Lilaka, who were the core in terms of, I mean, making me love math and science, their passion, their attitude, I mean, their hope in all of us as young people, and that kept me going. And goes to what, I mean, as I'm speaking to all of you, I mean, across the nation, I want you to know that there is lots of people that are putting so much into you, and you just need to replicate that. I mean, intelligence and wisdom is only 20% of what it is. I mean, the entire package is about you. It's about the hard work. It's about the hope. It's about the dedication and the determination that you have to pull through. I mean, even though I studied by candlelight, the whole community knew me because, I mean, I always studied. They'll see my candlelight burning. And they kept on asking me, why are you studying so hard? Why do you think? I mean, where is this going to take you to? Because most of the people then, I mean, in the immediate vicinity, no one has been at university. And one thing that drove me was just to show them it was possible. That's why I did it. I mean, I did it just to show them it was possible. And I just gave it my all, burning the midnight candle, literally, burning through the midnight candle. I did it, and I qualified to make it to matric, and I mean, fortunately getting a bursary. Because without that, I mean, I must admit I was not going to make it. My mother got married at 16. She arranged marriages, so she was married at 16. My dad finished in standard 2 because he didn't have his parents, and he was actually a driver in Pretoria. So he used to wake up 3 a.m. They had to make sure you were at work on time, come back 8, you see less of him. But that commitment and resilience that you see through them makes you to always hold on. Because, if they can do it, then I can surely do it. And I'll be remiss if I don't tell you what actually pushed me. I mean, for me, it was actually as a young man. I mean, I came across a Bible. One of my aunts had a Bible. They have highlighted scriptures, and I came across the Red Sea. The story of the Red Sea when God through Moses opened the Red Sea was almost an impossible story for me, but it was a story that I have to hold on to. I said, if the Red Sea can be opened, I just have to do my part, the money will come. And I had to do my part, and the money did come, and I had to be able to go to school. So I'm very thankful and grateful. So when you arrive at university, that's a different animal. There's no rules, there's nothing, but you learn. I mean, there is up and downs, but there you also continue to build lots of friendships. I mean, friendships that I still carry today. You get to build on the anchors. I mean, that's when I became a born-again Christian. I became a Christian at that point at university, reflecting on my life as a young man. I chose for me a rock that I put everything on, which is the Lord Jesus Christ. And I know many of you hold on to many different things, but for me, it was the Lord Jesus Christ, and I had to do that. And there was interesting people. I see right while he's here, there was a professor called Donald Williams. I mean, he really challenges you and pushes you. I mean, you're a young man from a rural village, you arrive in university, ask you, are you sure you want to be an engineer or a chemist? Are you not confused, So at that time, you start even doubting yourself. And yeah, we had great lecturers, and I think to that end, I mean, I want to give acknowledgement to Diane Hildebrandt. I think she was a professor. She was really so good in seeing the possibilities of what we could become, and she helped us through. She helped us to know that this is possible, to adjust to it, and to know that you can also do it. And that little bit of faith helps you to keep the focus. And yeah, universities got up and downs, and those of you who are going to go there, you will meet those up and downs. You will meet challenges. You will fail. I also failed an elective. An elective is crazy because you choose to do it. You don't have to do it. So I did fail an elective, and for a top student, that's absolutely devastating. But hey, life is not made up of failures. It's made up of how you respond to them. So I responded, and I actually continued to do that, and I didn't want time to be wasted. So when I was repeating that, I actually enrolled for my master's, which I actually finished in record time. I was finished with my master's in a year, and I graduated with my master's in chemical engineering from Wits University. So that was an awesome period that I did. So despite failure, that's what you are able to do if you commit yourself. You have to remember where you come from. You have to remember what the hope is all about. And I had to remember that. I had to remember our people. I had to remember this country and the hope that this country is. And then coming to Sasol, Sasol is truly an extraordinary place. I'm convinced. I don't think there's any better place to work other than Sasol. So most of you who are online, I hope you're going to join Sasol when you finish with your fantastic degrees. I mean, it's a wide career scope, and it does gives you the possibility to make a difference. And what's intriguing to us about Sasol is not that we just want to be a business that makes money. We are a business that we want to make change. I mean, looking at our purpose that talks about innovating for a better world. Our purpose is tied in making that difference. So we are so excited to be here. And even then, I think my land managers, my direct land managers, I want to give them gratitude. Paul Smith, Karim Buota, Janita Maharaj, Lionel Prinsloo, Gerard Viljoen, Francois Malhebe, and now currently Fleetwood Grobler, who's the CEO. They really, for me, I think the land managers can determine whether you make it or not. Because the land manager is the person, if they believe in you, then they make everything possible for you. And that, for me, as a land manager, that's what I've learned from all of them. Is you have people reporting to you, they must be your most important asset. I think for me, I'm responsible for many people now, more than 20, 30,000 people. But for me, the most important people are the people that directly report to me, because those have been entrusted to me, and I have to make sure that I allow them to become the best that they can be. And for me, if everyone, from foreman to CEO, if your people are what matters to you the most, then this organization will continue to go from strength to strength to strength. So thank you to all of these people and individuals, and Bernard Lingenberg as well, who was my last manager before retirement. They continue to believe in me. They continue to tell me what's possible. They continue stretching me, some of them stretching me even beyond what I thought I can do. They continue to reveal in me my weaknesses that I need to work on. They reveal in me the strength that I have, some of the strength that I didn't even know that I have them. They find out those strengths, and they allow you to stretch yourself and become the very best that you can become. So all that I want to say to you is that the world is constantly evolving. When I was growing up, the careers that you young people are exposed to were not even there. And today, those careers are now possible. And therefore, organizations like Sasol in our country is looking for brand men like yours to take us into the future. Sasol's got an awesome and fantastic future. We've got people right now that are working into that future, and we're hoping you will join and help us build that future. As a leader in Sasol and a trustee of the Sasol Foundation, we are going to continue to invest in education and in people like yourself across the platform. And the reason we do so is that we believe in you. Personally, it fills me with great hope to be even addressing you, because even doing so tells me there's even a brighter future coming after once we have left, because all of us, our time will leave. And looking back to what this country is, this country always punches above its weight. I know some of the people will talk about a failed state. Don't join that boat. We're not there. I'm saying not when we are here. Because we are here, we are going to make a difference, because we are in a country of Winnie Mandela and her beloved Nelson. We are in a country of Christian Barnard, who did the first global heart transplant. We are in a country of Rahima Musa, Hendrik Cronje. The list is endless of great individuals that came out of this country and made a difference. Therefore, I look forward to all of you joining that illustrious list of individuals who put themselves, their needs, they put their needs second, and they put others, they put the nation, they put the world first, so that they can make our nation and this world a better place. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you and share a portion of my story with you.